Floyd Wallace Jr. would be arrested in Brazil for you know what, and the whole passport bro community would be in shock.
There's this crazy story happening out right now with this guy named Floyd Wallace who single-handedly destroyed the passport bro movement. Let's get right to it, guys. And this guy is facing 34 years in Brazilian prison, okay, for his disgusting acts meeting younger, I guess, minors. This is horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Police in Sao Paulo arrested an American man who was sexually exploiting children in Rio de Janeiro. His detention was at a downtown hotel. He described himself on social media profiles as a sex tourist. The text then includes a series of excerpts from a video.
As soon as they entered the room, the American, identified as Floyd Wallace Jr., 29, was arrested in the Liberdade neighborhood in downtown Sao Paulo. The complete eating game. He threw himself to the ground and was handcuffed. The operation was carried out by teams from the Homicide and Personal Protection Department.
This is absolutely wild. Like I said before, when you're in a country, you're visiting a country, and you do disgusting stuff like this, if you're one of those bad apples, you make anyone else who looks like you or has that same passport has to deal with that heat that this dude brought on. So anyone who's African American, who's in Brazil, or who's in that region has to deal with this guy's consequences. And I've seen other dudes who are African Americans talking about that, saying that this dude is making them look bad. And of course,
I can't stand guys like that, because guys like this mess it up for guys like me. Because I love to travel. I love to travel. I've been all around this world. I deal with all races of women, all women from all around the globe.
This guy was a big travel YouTuber, right? He was a passport bro. And like you said, a self-proclaimed sex pat. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting behavior, guys.
In support of civil police officers from the state of Rio de Janeiro days. According to information from the Child and Adolescent Police Station, the American is accused of raping and sexually exploiting several children.
Wow.
In conducting their inspection of the hotel room where he was lodged, the police found a significant quantity of electronic equipment. They also seized a variety of items such as pen drives, memory cards, a notebook, a computer, multiple cell phones, some stuffed animals, a watch with an embedded camera, and various other telephone devices. At the start of December, law enforcement commenced an intelligence operation following a report from a ride-sharing driver. The driver stated,
"This dude is absolutely sick in the head. Sick. Absolutely sick. There's just nothing else to say about this dude. Absolutely garbage of a human being. Like, what the hell's wrong with these people?" And these people, specifically these kind of people, they go to places like that thinking that the laws are really loose and they can do whatever the hell they want. And I'm glad this dude got caught. Absolutely horrendous behavior.
That a user who had used a false name requested a ride with two minors whiners. During the ride, the man spoke with the children who said they were going to meet an older man who didn't speak Portuguese. The girls couldn't explain how they knew him. That's when the civil police were contacted. On December 18th, the police identified the user who had requested another.
The interesting thing about this was that I saw other YouTubers who actually, collaborated with him in the past saying this dude was a creep. He was a weirdo.
If you guys don't know, Floyd was in several of my videos, and we all know that Floyd was very, very cringy and very strange. And I'm telling you from hanging out in person with him, very strange. I would have never thought nothing like that, but it's also not shocking.
They didn't think it was going to be this much of a complete disgusting prick, right? But in the end, he was. And it's just like, you never know what someone's going to be like, right? And I've never heard of this guy before prior to this. But it's shocking, right? It's shocking that someone who's 29 years old, you're right, he's a young guy. They said he was unemployed. I don't even know how he afforded to actually travel and do all this disgusting stuff that he was doing. This is crazy.
Ride with four underage girls. During monitoring, agents identified that the American had traveled to Sao Paulo the previous Saturday and was planning to flee the country. This is where the teams established a perimeter to prevent his escape. A temporary arrest warrant was served for the crimes of rape of a vulnerable person and facilitating the sexual exploitation of children. His passport was also seized. The investigation also revealed that the criminal had self-identified as a sex tourist on social media profiles.
That automatically should have like tipped people off. Who the hell's gonna say I'm a expat, whatever, right? That word. Obviously, I don't want to repeat it. Flag my video, but yeah, who does that? That right away should tell you what this kind of person was. Again, people that go abroad who are looking to, delve into the culture, make friends, potentially get into a serious relationship and marry that woman. That's normal. I think that's the majority of people who claim to be passport bros. But this dude tarnished that name, obviously, with his actions and with just this disgusting behavior that he was, committing abroad. Absolutely horrendous.
According to the civil police, Floyd is a U.S. citizen and has a channel on a video platform where he posts videos of himself resisting police approaches and being arrested in various states of his native country, The foreigner has a criminal record in more than 3 U.S. states for crimes such as resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and assault police officer.
Now this AI is crazy, all right? Clearly the original language track, the audio track is in Brazilian Portuguese, but for us, being that, I understand it a bit because I speak Spanish, but to most of you guys out there who obviously, speak English, at least, right, we understand what's going on here. But yeah, 34 years what he's facing in a Brazilian prison. Obviously, it's not going to be cozy like it is in the States or in the West. So this dude's going to be having a horrific, horrible life in there. Obviously he deserves it with the disgusting stuff that he was doing, but this just goes to show, right, people who you think, right, because he had a channel, I'm sure he had fans, followers, people that you think would be a good upstanding person. I'm sure he showed content of him traveling and just portraying himself to be a good person, ends up being the sicko in the end. It must be a shock to a lot of his followers out there. I'm not sure how big this YouTuber was, but yeah, it's just, oh my goodness, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Combined sentences could reach 34 years in prison.
Wow.
Investigations continue to identify and locate other possible individuals involved in the scheme, as well as to determine if there are new victims.
Just the expressions he's making, this dude just looks sick in the head. I don't know, honestly, the people out there who are actually following this guy, who are watching his content, man, like this dude is just, I don't know. Was he like that? Were people out there able to see that this dude was a creep and a weirdo? I have no idea, but yeah. Wow. No words. I have no words for someone like this.
Letitia Mean is in front of the federal police, which is investigating, right? And his arrest, where his arrest was made. Now searching for other members here in Brazil because this gang is international, right, Leticia?
So when he just said gang, is he referring to the passport bros as being some sort of criminal gang? And if that's the case, I never knew it was like that. I always thought that passport bro meant somebody who was a young guy, 20s, 30s, single dude, going out there to travel, make friends, just experience new cultures. I had no idea it was supposed to be some sort of criminal gang or that kind of thing. I'm not sure if that's what he was referring to or it was something else.
Yes, William. And the police also want to know how many victims were targeted by this man, this 29-year-old criminal. The information we have is that he had at the federal police headquarters in São Paulo an investigation together with the civil police of Rio de Janeiro, because that's where these victims were targeted, right? The first identified victims, which we covered in this report, were alerted to the authorities by a rideshare driver about these teenage girls who were going to meet this man. They said they didn't have much information about him, that he was a foreigner who didn't speak Portuguese, and this raised an alert among the police at the apartment. Our first live report was in front of the apartment.
Thank God that Uber driver, that rideshare driver was there to intervene. Otherwise, this would not have happened.
Apartment, a kind of hotel, a lodging platform where he was staying in São Paulo. The police believe that in recent days he had been using this location as an escape route to return to the United States. Everything was very well planned. He already knew when he should post all this so that the police here in Brazil wouldn't find him. According to the investigation, he was even being financed to commit all these crimes here. Now, the objective of the Brazilian police, the federal police, the São Paulo Civil Police, and also the Rio de Janeiro Civil Police, William, is to count the number of victims and also listen to these families, and also we will continue to follow up, William.
To anyone out there who's watched this video, do you know who this guy is? Did you watch his content before? Let's go take a look actually at his channel. So it's called Foreign Only. Let's go take a look at it. So this is the dude's channel, okay? It says Foreign Only. Okay, so just 5K subscribers. Obviously, who am I to speak? I don't have much. His channel is called Foreign Only. I'm assuming he was only into foreign women. Obviously, that's why he did that. And obviously children as well too. But yeah, he doesn't have much subscribers, but he had pretty good views on some of his videos. This one says, "Is this how French women treat black men?" So he was portraying himself as being a normal dude, you know, guy in his 20s, traveling, meeting women and stuff like that. And again, I'm sure people that watch this dude probably thought he was a cool guy or whatever. But yeah, this, you know, again, you can't judge a book by its cover. And clearly he was doing a lot of heinous stuff behind the scenes. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. This is the dude that basically destroyed the Passport Bro movement. If you guys like travel content, make sure to subscribe to my channel, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.